Welcome back to Dean's Dolls. Adela here. Long time no see, but we're just gonna get right into it. Today I have a new Drab to Fab video for you guys. It's a DIY video for a doll room, which I'm very excited because I was wanting to make this room for a long time, and I'm finally doing it. And it's the room for the Pit Studios where they'll have their fashion events and things like that. So we're just gonna get right into it. Here we go. So I got the scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby. This is what it looks like. Very different from what I usually do, but I want it to look very posh. So this is the best scrapbooking paper that I could find that gave the energy and vibe that I wanted to do for the room. And so once I got the scrapbooking paper, then the other materials you're gonna need is foam board, an X-Acto knife. If you're not an adult, make an adult help you with that because they are sharp. As someone who has cut themselves, yes. But I'm an adult, right? So I know what I'm doing. You're also going to need a glue stick to glue down the scrapbooking paper to the foam board. And lastly, you're going to need a paper cutter. So I just used this one. I got it from Walmart. It's pretty neat when it comes to cutting paper, and it's better than using scissors. Actually, really lastly, I have the hot glue gun. And you really need to be careful with this one because it's very difficult to not burn yourself with this. So those are the materials. Let's get into it. So I always use a Ken doll to know the height of my board because Kens are taller than Barbies. So I have Io here, and he's going to help me kind of scale how tall I want to cut this. But I think I might leave it like this because I think I cut it pretty well. But it was a full board. I made it a half board. As you guys can see on the bottom, I cut it, and I just flip it so the edges are cleaner on the top. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the scrapbooking paper and I'm going to glue it onto the walls of the foam board, quote-unquote walls, but onto the foam board, and that's going to be the walls for the room. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to probably kind of seal the deal with the hot glue gun. I'm going to use the glue stick and the hot glue gun interchangeably. Alright, so the scrapbooking paper is now glued on. As you guys can see, it looks pretty neat. There is some obvious glitches in the bottom here, but honestly that's such a non-issue. I couldn't care less. It's a doll room. This is not anything serious. This isn't an architectural real human room, so it's okay if we have a little cuts that are not looking the best. But I got some printables from Google Images and my Froggy Stuffs printables, and I'm going to cut these out and kind of post them onto the walls, kind of glue them onto the walls with the glue stick, and just kind of bring the fashion forward edge that Pit Studios is supposed to bring in my mind. So I think this is going to make them come to life. And it's just like the dolls being models wearing clothing that you wouldn't really see from Mattel. I also have this Integrity Toys Poppy Parker Vogue magazine spread as well. And then I also have this Barbie look. I remember when this came out actually. So this one, very different clothing, different vibes. And then the L from Integrity Toys. So just very different types of vibes and even some Mattel ones. So I thought this was great to show the diversity that I want Pit Studios to really show in the Vera Wang doll, which I actually have. And I also have this scrapbooking paper for the mirror. So everything works out pretty well. I really am going to love how this room turns out. And then that scrapbooking paper goes to the floor. So let's kind of make this come to life. And you guys will see in a couple of seconds. And this is the finished look. So I think it turns out really great. I really like it. You guys kind of saw it in the Midge doll unboxing video. I am officially back on YouTube. I think I should just say that. I always go on long hiatuses and I pop up back. So don't worry, if I'm gone, it's because I'm stressed out. Alright, that is the end of this video. As you guys can see, this scene is going to be on Wyborn, but yeah, I'm going to edit that. So you guys have a great weekend.